Welcome to CE 402 Environmental Engineering 2 Module. In this session, I am going to discuss about the primary treatment of wastewater. A primary treatment means the plain sedimentation process. It will remove the suspended organic solids from the sewage. And chemicals are sometimes used to remove the finely divided and colloidal solids from the wastewater. Then theory of sedimentation. The settling of particles in sedimentation is due to gravity. The settlement of a particle in water brought to rest is opposed by the following factors. This we already explained in the water supply engineering, that is environmental engineering 1, primary treatment. We already studied the theory of sedimentation. Same is continued here also. The velocity of flow which carries the particles horizontally, and the viscosity of water in which the particles is traveling will affect the settling of the solid particles in the wastewater. The warm water is less viscous, thus offer less resistance to settlement. The size, shape and specific gravity of particles will affect the sedimentation, and greater the specific gravity, more readily the particle will settle. These three factors will affect the settlement or sedimentation of the particle in a plain sedimentation tank. First one is the velocity of flow, second one viscosity of water, then size, shape and specific gravity of the particles. Then primary sedimentation tank. Primary sedimentation tank is also known as a primary clarifier and is located just after grid chamber. It may be rectangular or circular or square in shape, and usually at sewage treatment plants, this sedimentation is carried twice, once before biological treatment, once after the biological treatment. Uh, the sedimentation before the biological treatment is called primary settling, and the carried after the biological treatment is called secondary settling. This is the primary sedimentation used in effluent treatment plants. Then in the process of sedimentation, the velocity of flow is decreased to such a value that finer settleable particles will settle to the bottom of the tank. And such settling tanks in which sewage continuously keeps on moving with a predetermined velocity is called continuous flow settling tank. The liquid sewage coming out of the settling tank after the process of sedimentation is called the effluent, and the settled viscous sewage at the bottom of the tank is called the sewage sludge. This is the main process of primary sedimentation, that is continuous flow tanks, settling tanks are used for large treatment plants, and for small treatment plants normal sedimentation tanks are used. That is we fill the sedimentation tank. After the sedimentation, the effluent will be removed from the sedimentation tank. For large tanks, continuous flow settling tanks are used. And there are sewage sludge will be there after sedimentation, that is the sedimented sewage, and the effluent will be collected after the primary sedimentation, which will be transported from this primary sedimentation to the secondary treatment section and or the biological treatment processes. Then design specification of primary sedimentation tank. Primary sedimentation of domestic sewage may be expected to accomplish 30 to 45% removal of BOD and 45 to 60% removal of suspended solids depending upon the concentration and characteristics of solids in the suspension. That is, mainly the primary sedimentation gives the removal of organic matter present in the wastewater. That is, by removal of BOD, that is 30 to 45% of the BOD will be removed at the primary treatment process itself, and a removal of suspended solid will be 45 to 60%. And in the secondary settling tanks, if considered independently, remove a very high percentage of flocculated solids, more than 99% under certain situations. That is, if the effluent is passes through the biological treatment process, flocks are formed, and these flocks are get settled in the secondary settling tank, and the removal efficiency of this secondary settling tank will be very high comparing to the primary settling tank. Then the settling basins. Overflow rates are used for design are V0, that is V0 is equal to flow rate meter cube per second divided by settling surface area, that is meter square. As long as the settling velocity is greater than V0, that is the overflow rate, the particles will settle down for any depth of sedimentation tank. Then Vf is the flow velocity, Vs is the terminal settling velocity of a particle that is just removed when it enters the water surface. Then all particles with a terminal velocity greater than or equal to settling velocity are removed. As same as that of water supply engineering. Only part of particles with a settling velocity less than Vs are also removed. That is, a part of particles with a settling velocity less than Vs are removed. Then the design of rectangular sedimentation tank, same as that in the water supply engineering, that is the flow velocity, V is equal to Q by VH, and same procedure as that we already studied in the water supply engineering. Then the retention period. Another important term which is used in connection with the design of sedimentation basin is the detention time or detention time or the retention period. The detention period of a settling tank may be defined as an average theoretical time required for a water flow through the tank length. It is that time which would be required by the flow of water to fill the tank, or if there were no outflows. Basically, it is the time required for a water particle to flow from the input part, that is the inlet part, to the outlet part. That is the detention period. The detention time T for rectangular tank is the volume of tank divided by rate of flow. And the retention time usually ranges from 4 to 8 hours for plain sedimentation and 2 to 4 hours when coagulants are used. That is sedimentation aided with the coagulation. The flow through period is actually the average time which a batch of water takes place in passing through a settling tank. And the displacement efficiency is defined as the ratio of flow through period to the detention period. Then we will move on to a problem, that is design a primary settling tank required to treat the sewage from a town population of 1 lakh. Here you have to assume the per capita production of sewage, that is 80% of per capita demand will be converted as sewage water or wastewater. So you can assume a per capita production of sewage as 120 liters. If you are assuming a water demand of 150 liters per head per day, or a per capita water demand as 200 liters per head per day, you can take 80% of this will be converted into sewage water or wastewater. Here the assumed value is 120 liters per day of per capita per day of wastewater. Then the average daily sewage flow will be 120 into 10 raised to 5 liters. that is for 1 lakh people. That is 1 lakh into 120 liters per day. Then it will be converted into per hour, that is divided by 24, and it is converted into meter cube, that is divided by 1000, and assuming a detention period of 2 hours, that is sedimentation aided with the coagulation 2 to 4 hours. Then the capacity of tank is um, 500 into 2, that is 1000 meter cube. That is from the detention period, you can calculate the area of or capacity of the tank, total capacity of the tank, same as we already designed in the water supply engineering. Assuming a depth of 3 meter, the surface area required is 1000 divided by 3, where you get 333.33 meters square. Then diameter of the tank can be calculated, and you have to check whether the design is correct. The overflow rate, that is Q by A, is equal to Q already we calculated 12 into 10 raised to 6 into 4 divided by 1000 into pi into 21 square. Actually this 4 is pi by 421 square, and you will get an overflow rate as 34.64 meter cube per meter square per day, which is in the range of 30 to 60 meter cube per meter square per day. Therefore, the design is okay. Then the wear loading. Uh, After treatment, this effluent is collected through the periphery of this circular tank, and this is provided with a wear. And the wear loading is calculated by the flow. Flow is total average flow inside this primary treatment system, that is 12 into 10 raised to 6. And the wear length. Wear length is the perimeter of the tank, that is pi into d. Then we will get a wear loading as 182 meter cube per meter per day, which is in the range of 100 to 250 meter cube per meter per day range. Therefore, the design is okay. Allowing a 0.6 meter width for the effluent channel, that is by passing over the wear, this effluent can be collected through a path around this periphery of the primary treatment tank, that is the primary sedimentation tank. That will be provided at a width of 0.6 meter, and the overall diameter of the tank will therefore be 21 plus 0.6 at one end and 0.6 at the other end. Then the total diameter of the tank will be 22.22 meter. I hope you understood this. We already done in the water supply engineering itself. Same procedure is used for designing the primary sedimentation tank in the wastewater engineering also. I hope you understood the problem and the session also. Thank you for listening. See you in the next class.